All right.
It's going live right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to W7 Hotel United. Tonight, we have a special guest. His call is Whiskey Charlie 3 Oscar, well-known Bob. He is actually one of the most active amateur radio operators that I ever met. And he's here tonight with us to tell his story, and a very particular story that actually um, make my interest in it. It actually catch my attention, and I think everybody should know that. So, welcome, Mr. Bob. The floor is
Well,
yours, brother.
thank you very much, Alex. Good to be on the show, and always enjoy watching and listening to you, talking to you on the radio. So, yeah. So, we ready to tell a story now?
Yes, go
All right.
ahead, man.
Gather around, kids. Uh, a number of years ago, well, when I first got my license, I got up to my 20 words a minute to get my extra class test. And after I achieved the extra, I promptly dropped Morse code and just operated phone and other modes. So a while later, I started going up to the club that I belonged to, Skyview Radio Society in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. And I met an old timer there, W3RSR, that did nothing but CW. And he and some other CW operators up there, George N3GJ, got me back into CW. It was the bottom of the last sunspot cycle, and everybody was kind of sitting around staring at each other. There was no FT8 to keep everybody entertained. So old Bill would be on the radio working all kinds of DX, and I said, yeah, maybe it's time for me to get back into CW again. So I decided to get a new key. I had a bencher paddle that I had for many years, served me very well, but I wanted a little incentive, and I looked at a lot of the other typical ones that you might get, Vibraplex and so forth. And I was looking in the back of QST one time. This is back in 2005, and saw a little black and white ad for this allegedly gold-plated key that was made in Italy, and it looked really nice. And I never heard of this before as a Begali key, and I figured, I'd take a chance. I figured I'd send my money to Italy and never get anything back again. So I said, well, I'll take a chance. So I sent the money off, and sure enough, a little while later, this package comes in the mail, all taped up. And so after about half an hour of cutting through the tape, got it open, and sure enough, there's a beautiful key, gold-plated key inside. It's gorgeous, and just a huge improvement over anything else that I have ever used. And the maker of the key kept in touch with me, and over the years, we've become very good friends. We've gone and visited him over in Italy a few years ago, and we just had the greatest time.
And one question that I have for you before you go, and that way the people up there understand this. When you bought the key off of the 3 or 4 months that he had the ad on QST, you were the very first American who bought a product from him. You actually had the first key that he sold, right?
Yeah, I didn't find that out till we went to Italy. He told me the story. I always knew my side of the story, but I never knew his side of the story. And he said that he spent 600 and some dollars to place an ad in QST, and he got exactly one key sale out of it, and that was me. So I never knew that, and it was just amazing. And he had kept in touch with me, Piro, and time went on, and the Dayton Hamvention was coming up, and he started inquiring about what it would take to go to Dayton and so forth, and we communicated back and forth. And so next thing I know, he got every year we get a space in the flea market, and we use it more of a hangout We sell some stuff here and there, but use it more of a home base. And he got a space right next to us, and I've got pictures. If now be a good time to share.
Yes. Wow, what a special story.
Yeah, they had gotten a space. That's his, I believe, brother-in-law Giovanni, and he just came. They had a little rental car, and the picture of the key that's on the back here, is that sharing okay?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, great. That's the simplex, and he had brought just a handful of keys to sell, and I brought a little card table, and he set up next to us, and it was hot as blue blazes. It was really hot that year, and he kept his coat and everything on. So so a little card table, and he set up there, and people started to walk around the card table and check out the keys. And after a little while, he had a crowd on his hands. So I think Piero said, I think I'm onto something here. So he sold out of keys and took orders for other keys when he got back to Italy. And so it all started from here. This was the first time, as far as I know, that he sold keys.
What year was that? What year?
2000 and 2006, I think.
Wow. And I actually, when I talk to anybody and I ask them about, the Begali key, they all know that it's well known, not even here in the US, it's all over the world. And wow, from 2006, actually it was here in 2005. I came to America in 2005. So wow, he grew up so fast. I think you were his lucky Elmer in the US.
Yeah, he it all worked out fantastic, and this was the only year that he was outside, and the year after that he got a couple of spaces inside, and then that turned into like 6 spaces, and now I don't know how many spaces they have, but they're always busy. It's one of the busiest booths in Dayton, and he has some other helpers in the United States, but he brings his daughter Bruna and his Bruna. I don't think they're married. Robbie and Delino, one of the people that works for Piero in his factory.
You got a picture of them?
I do. I think we do have pictures of everybody, just about everybody, and some other people that in the United States that help him out at the booth there. So so this was the first year. That's me in my characteristic overalls there, my bib jeans there. So everybody has to have a trademark. That's my
And the
trademark.
mustache. The mustache.
There's my old truck next door there with the white cap, and three trucks later, I still have a red truck with a white cap. So it worked out very well. So the one year I devised this idea that we take a train trip from Pittsburgh, and I'd asked, from Pittsburgh up to Hartford, rent cars and go to the ARRL headquarters and operate at W1AW. So put together a plan, and a whole gaggle of us went up there on the train there. So at Dayton that year, that was a couple of years later, I asked Piero if he had ever donated a key to the ARRL or not. So he said no, he hadn't, and he started talking to his daughter in Italian, and I didn't know what they were saying. And he said, "I'm coming." I said, "Hmm?" He said, "I'm coming." So he and his wife Graciela flew in from Italy, and we went on this train trip together, and it was fantastic. And I have some pictures of us up at headquarters there. So it was just you couldn't ask for anything to work out better. There's the whole gang that went up on the train, and does my pointer show up on here?
Yes.
Okay, there's Piero, there's Graciela, And I was telling you, people got me started here. That's George N3GJ. He's just a ridiculously good CW operator that I decided I wanted to. I'm not as good as George, but I'm getting there. So here's me and my daughter Sarah, who has absolutely no interest whatsoever in any of this, but it was a train trip, so she said I'll go. So there's stories about the train trip too. I wasn't without some challenges with the weather and someone jumped in front of the train. That was not good, but they had to recrew the train, and it was a challenge. So it was a great trip, though. We really had a good time. So that's Piero donating the key. That's a sculpture. That's a solid stainless steel key. Giving that to Harold at the ARRL. And Piero got to operate as W1AW. He had a schedule set up with somebody back in Italy to work them from W1AW. And we just had such a great time. So if whenever the ARRL starts doing tours again, they have two stations there, W1AW and W1HQ, which is inside the administration building. And if you look in W1HQ, that key that he donated is in there, and they use it all the time. So it is going to good use. This was a picture of a friend of mine, N3BPB, who's unfortunately now a silent key. He took this picture of myself and Piero at W1AW, and that's the picture on my QSL card.
Oh, wow. And that's, I'm telling you something. When you send me all the pictures, I think that was the one that I want for the publication. So yeah. I actually took that one, and I never imagined that's the one that you have on your QSL card.
Yeah. I just love that picture. So me and the master, So wow. So that was up at the ARRL1. Piero won the Technical Achievement Award in 2019 by Dayton Hamvention, and it was well deserved. The thing about Piero, there's people that sell their wares and do their thing in amateur radio, but Piero is the real deal. He is a true historian. He's written a book. It's in Italian. I'd love to read it translated. And he gives so much to the hobby, and he's extremely generous. We have Begali keys at the clubhouse, and he's donated all those to the club. And somebody once told me, they said that Piero has never met a stranger, and that's true. You can't help but to like the guy, and he was well deserving of this honor from Dayton Hamvention. I'm so glad that they did it. So that's his daughter Bruna, and that's Robbie and Piero at the award ceremony. So when we were over in Italy, Piero took me to a ham fest. I got to go to a ham fest in Italy, and what a wonderful thing that was. And he was selling his keys there, and I was just walking around, and there's so many things. Alex, I don't get out much, so us going to Italy was a big deal. When I get to go to Ohio, that's a big deal for me. But to fly over to Italy and be with them was just out of this world.
And taste the food, man. I believe that the food there is awesome, right?
We may have eaten a little bit of food there. So the whole thing. And in Pennsylvania, we have the what's our mountains? The Appalachian Mountains. And I love mountains. When we got to Italy, I saw the Alps. Oh my God, it's just beautiful. So it makes our Appalachian Mountains look like a bump in the road. It's just amazing to see. So we had such a phenomenal time over there, and the Begalis treated us a little bit better than gold. And we hung out with them for 4 days, and it was just a magical time. Something I'll never forget. I can't remember what I did earlier today, but I'll never forget our trip to Italy. So this other person here is, we call him Quack Quack, WQ3Q. And Rich belongs to our club, and he's the one that nominated Piro for the award there. And I'm so happy that it went through. So Quack Quack done good. So this is his factory, a little unassuming place. He's got all first-rate machines in there. He just bought a new machine. I'm not even sure what it is. One that was there since.
That is actually the warehouse, the factory, when they manufacture the Begali keys.
Exactly.
Wow.
All of the CNC machinery. Piro made parts for industrial knitting machines. And after a while, I think the Chinese were taking over, and he was losing market share in that. So he just started this key thing, and it took off. And so all his all very high-end CNC equipment, and to work with stainless steel and materials like that.
Okay, let me see if I understand this. You're telling me that he was on the business for all the thing, and when the thing were going down, he started the CW key because he was a ham, and then he maybe make one and he likes it, and then he said, well, let me try it.
Yeah.
So that was, how happened, right?
Yeah. When he went to Dayton, he didn't know how that was going to work out. And he had people waiting in line to look at his keys, and they wanted to buy them, and he only had so many of them. So he said,
he brought that maybe on his he brought maybe on his luggage when he came the first time, right?
Yeah. So
now he have to ship that into a a container or something.
Yeah. Well, they ship, when they go to Dayton every year, they ship many keys, and the ones that they don't sell, he has three suppliers in the United States, and I'm one of them. I just store them here, and whenever they sell one that I happen to have here, I just ship it from here rather than, because it doesn't pay them to ship them back to Italy. So they're very heavy, of course, and it doesn't pay to ship them back. So I have a very dwindling supply because we haven't seen them in 3 years. But I shipped quite a few keys out of Pittsburgh. You might get a key out of Pittsburgh, Ohio, or Texas. So or Italy.
So that means if in the future I buy a key from Begali and I see that the sender is from Pittsburgh, that's you.
That's me.
Wow.
So I said I call it the Walla Begali. It's I usually end up with about 30 to 40 keys, and I'm down to just a few left here. So we need Dayton to happen to replenish my stock here. So but that is the factory. You can see he's got a tower back here. He also made a boomless cubicle quad that he was talking about marketing. He hasn't done that yet. But he's always building. He's one of those people that can't sit still. He's always tinkering. He's always trying something out. He's building constantly. He's not one to sit still. And at the factory, they do everything there, including eat. And we had some wonderful dinners there. And you can see inside there a little bit some of the machines. And we hung out there, as well as they were our chauffeurs.
The picture that you show was the back side of the factory, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So they have people over. He's always got friends over. And while we were there, I was telling you there's a supplier in Ohio that's Nils. He and his wife were there. Big time DX guy. I forget his call. Tony, but from California. He and his wife Cara were there, as well as some of their regular friends in Italy, and we just had a wonderful time. Like I said, it was a very memorable, wonderful time. I can't say that enough. So, but that's where we ate dinner. He also has a favorite restaurant that he likes to go to. It's when we went there, it happened to be his 80th birthday. Another
Wow.
special thing.
When was that?
It's about 4 years ago now.
Wow. And he looks very, very young for his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
80
think it's
years
the
old.
olive oil, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
So, yeah. So we had gone to the restaurant, and then this was the birthday party. And there's Piero blowing out his candles for his 80th birthday cake. So, and this was the ham fest we went to. We saw a lot of interesting things that you just don't see in the States. And it was really enjoyable. I wish I had a way of taking, an inexpensive way to take these things home with me, because a lot of tabletop radios, a lot more shortwave tabletop radios for sale there, because I guess that's much more popular over in Europe than it is in the United States. That's ARI. There's Piero's table at the Hamfest there. So, and he's always, there's two young lads, they're twins, and they were featured on the cover of QST a while back when they had the 100th anniversary. And picture was taken up at Skyview, and one of the two young men now works for me at our shop. And but when they went to Dayton, Piero liked them so much he gave them both a key. So since then they've discovered women, so they haven't been doing too much with ham radio, but they'll get back to it, and they'll get back to using those keys. So he's always promoting young people to get into the hobby. And with the HST, the high speed telegraphy organization, he always is right out in front with all those events. So this is the first key I bought. This is the Simplex. It looks a little bit different than the versions that you get now.
Where is the serial number? I don't see the serial number in
here. Well, it's funny you mentioned this. Okay, I was talking to somebody that was an early Begali adopter, and he said, "Well, I've got this key with this really low serial number." I said, "Oh yeah?" I said, I have a key before he started putting serial numbers on his keys." So that's a very early key right there, and I use it all the time. I have numerous Begali keys, oddly enough. So, but that's the first key I ever bought. That's what started this whole thing here. And I was showing you this before. This was a key that he is not in production, but he had given to a limited number of people, and he gave one to me. And that is a reproduction of Hiram Percy Maxim's key, the guy that started ARRL. And it's on a marble base, and just beautiful key. So something I will cherish. And well, shucks, that's all the pictures.
That's beautiful.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Oh, lost your audio. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. I actually muted myself to give you, the full attention, because if it makes any noise, it will show my face and not yours. Want the people to see yours. Hey, hopefully one day we can bring to the show Bruna and Pietro, and the people can see them live. Even you say they don't speak good English, but anyway, I don't too. So
they don't do bad.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's okay.
Your English is a lot better than my Italian.
I kind of speak some Italian, so that's not a
yeah. I heard you saying that.
I can get by with them. So Italian and Spanish are very similar.
Yeah.
And wow. And tell me something about the Skyview. how you get into the Skyview, and you know, how many members you guys are, and wow, what a nice home club you guys has in there.
It is. Skyview was started back in 1960 by 10 members of another club. They wanted to build a clubhouse, and they tossed it around with the other club, and they said, yeah, we don't want to do that. It's too much responsibility. So they split off, and they all put in money, and they bought a piece of property, 2 acres. And it used to be further out in the woods there, but it's, everything's building up. But it's still pretty far out. It's on top of a hill, and they built the clubhouse, and we have an antenna farm and a radio room. As a matter of fact, I just found out today we do some RIDI contesting at the club, and we did the RIDI Roundup, the ARRL RIDI Roundup back in January, and I just found out today we took first place, USA.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
there was a little bit of cheating there because I'll tell you, we operated multi, and there's normally a couple of big stations that beat us. Craig, K9CT, and Noni, NO or N0NI. They usually beat us, but because of COVID, they weren't operating multi, but we said we're running multi. So we took first place this year, where normally we would barely be in third place.
Oh wow!
But, yeah,
But you guys all are vaccinated, so that's great.
Yeah,
you don't have problem. Actually, I'm going to get my second shot tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day.
So that's great. The Pfizer one. So that's
Very
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all gonna be vaccinated here. And man, what a nice story. And you know, I told you, and I promise you that I'm going to Pittsburgh to the Skyview clubhouse. One day I will go there. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year I will stop by there and operate from the very nice. I don't know if you have any picture that you can show before you go handy now on your computer that you can share with us. The one that you send me all the time, you know, if you have it there on a folder that you can easy access to it.
I would have to find, whenever I go any place ham related, I always have a camera hung around me, and I take lots and lots of pictures. So wow. Yeah, I have a lot of pictures of the clubhouse. And
yeah, just to one thing that I like, I remember when I was actually at the beginning of my accident, that you showed me the picture that they were replacing a wire, a Cat5 or Ethernet cable, and that picture shows the magnificence of the building. It's a huge place.
It's 40 by, it's not that big.
Well, but you have like a thing like to how you call that, like a how you call that? We call it ranchon in Spanish, but I don't know how to call that in English. That when you do the barbecue and you have all the tables.
Oh, grill, and yeah, we have picnic tables and a grill. Yeah, we had a big party up there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's awesome. And that's of course that's not part of the radio room. The radio room is as well,
we're actually a food club that dabbles in radio.
Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, in the pavilion we have a big grill. Where I work, across the street, there's a real good Mediterranean restaurant, and the maintenance guy was carrying the grill out of there one time. They were replacing. I said, Andy, where are you going with that grill? So I commandeered it, and we kind of rebuilt it a little bit. It's a big industrial grade, commercial grade.
And how many members you have right now on the Skyview?
About 135.
Wow, it's a lot of hands.
Yeah, that's the most we've ever had. It's
all right. Well, thank you very much, Bob. I know you gotta wake up tomorrow morning early, and
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning. Wow, that's
4 o'clock. I got to be at the club at 4 o'clock in the
yes.
morning.
I have to wake up early tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, very early.
Yeah.
So, and
We'll get up in 4. Try that and see what that's like.
all right.
So,
So, thank you so much for being here. Let me just say goodbye to the guys. I see that Andy Crowley from the UK is here. He's saying hello to you, and he says he will love to have the Bengali key in his table one day. He says that is one key I love to have, and he says that there is his book in English on Amazon. So,
is it really?
yep, that's what he
I
says.
didn't know that.
Mhm. And well, Papa Uniform 4 Tango Papa Mexico. Tiago from Brazil is also watching and listening. And Tom Aggie has a great presentation, Bob. I don't know the call sign of Tom, but Tom, if you can share your call sign, I'll let
That's W3TLN.
W3TNN, W3TLN. Okay. Well, thank you, Tom. And November 2, Uniform Zulu Kilo, Glenn from Florida is also watching the live stream. And Judel in Suriname, my buddy there from Suriname. You know that Judel was born in the same town that I was born.
Really?
He's 2 years younger than me. So I had to help him to change the diapers when he was, 4 years old.
A lot of common ground there.
No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And yes, Whiskey 3 Tango Lima November. Wow, you have a big memory. You know, Tom call sign.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
his initials. Yeah, he's a good
Yep,
guy.
I know. And I thought, we have the schedule for 3 p.m. and then I realized that we have it for 7. And it was my mistake. And I advertised this for 3 p.m. There was a lot of people. And K4LEN is also watching on the thing. November Uniform 3 Queen.
Well,
We are
I'll be
watching,
seeing
Alex.
him.
You
I'll
know
be
who's
seeing
that
him
one,
in the
right?
wee. I'll be seeing him in the wee hours of the morning tomorrow too.
Oh yeah, he had a great presentation yesterday on his YouTube channel about his to-go box.
Yeah.
He have the go box, and
Yeah.
it's good now for the ARL field day. And
I have
unfortunately,
I have a case the same size as his.
mhm.
And whenever the time is right, I was planning on kind of mimicking what he did with his Go box there. So all I need is a couple of radios to pop up the opportunity there, and we'll build one.
Well, I see also that Todd Kilo Charlie Zero Charlie Charlie Bravo from South Dakota, West South Dakota is actually watching as well. And for field day, I'm going to have a Mercury 3S power kit amplifier
Yeah.
with the Icon 7300 and a huge generator, because that's what it's all about. You have to test your equipment
Yeah.
on, with no electricity. I mean, off the grid. So we're gonna have a generator, and we're gonna run 1 kW.
Field day with attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Because and that's the way it is. If I have a power generator and I have the amplifier and everything, I wanted to make sure I can operate that.
Yeah.
Having 100 watts is ideal, but I think having 1 kW is even better, because
That'll get
you
you
will
where you're
test
going.
you will test if your generator will do it. So let's see if it
Yeah,
works.
we're going to be operating from the clubhouse, running 100 watts, but we're using our permanent antennas with battery power, which
Okay.
is going to be category E. And I got some big honkin' truck batteries that we use. And so we're usually a pretty big signal on the air since we have the good antennas, and
Wow.
it works out pretty well.
Well, we're gonna have an ANFED, this one here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I show you this. That's the one that we're gonna use is the
Yeah.
Ultimax ANFED 40 to 10.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
That'll
this
get
one
you
is,
where you're going.
huh?
That'll get you where you're going.
Yeah, and then we're gonna use it with the Mercury, and yeah, let's see what's going on. So thank you so much, Bob. I know you're about to go to sleep,
I
and
I have one picture. I have one picture to show you.
yeah, go ahead.
Uh, if if it
Let me
doesn't
put
jump.
you in a speaker
Oh,
mode.
so
That way you can have the full screen for you.
I was saying we landed up on the cover of QST. I don't know if I can. Let me turn this light up. No, that doesn't work either. Oh, there we go. But I was telling you about the twins up at the clubhouse. So that's our radio room at the clubhouse,
Wow.
and we can go three HF stations at the same time there, bandpass filters, so that we don't interfere with each other much. And so whenever we do contesting, we're all lined up there plugging away. So there's our big day on the cover of QST. It's like on the cover of the Rolling Stone, you know. So
Wow. That's amazing. I'm jealous with my son. He's been on QST 2 times.
yeah,
And I say, wow, that's good, man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's good.
I
Whoa, that
apologize
was
for my lousy lighting here.
yeah.
I need studio lights
You
here.
know what? Bob NU3Q text me. We eat well at Skyview, Alex. Yeah, sounds like I gotta go there to eat well.
Yes, is we don't fool around when it comes to food. You know.
Oh yeah. Wow.
You want another short story?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of food, so we are uh, participating in 13 colonies,
Hmm.
uh, and actually, I am the Pennsylvania coordinator, and so we hit it hard up at the clubhouse, and one of the guys, John, tall guy, K3STL, he was operating. And during the contest, it's not uncommon to say "God bless America" and "God bless our troops." Well, whenever John would work somebody from Texas, he'd say "God bless America" and "God bless Texas barbecue." Well, he told this one guy that, and as it so happened, his father lives in Pittsburgh. He's down in Texas. His father lives in Pittsburgh, and they were coming up to visit. So when they come up, they brought a big old brisket, and John had a smoker, and we put that thing in the smoker. It actually had to cut it in two pieces because it wouldn't fit in the smoker,
Wow.
and we smoked that brisket, and oh my God, was that
Yeah,
good!
because in Texas everything is huge.
Oh yeah, so yeah, was it K5 Kermit the Frog, Jim? He and his family came up to Skyview, and we hung out. We just had a blast with them. Good folks down in Texas there. So you make friends in amateur radio, friends that are just unbelievable. So
Yeah, yeah,
just
I know
nature of
that.
the hobby.
Amateur radio is one. I always mention that amateur radio is one of the best hobbies. Is the hobbies that everybody's good people here. I
Yeah,
don't.
it's the greatest hobby that nobody knows about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, and um, I have a friend who told me, "Oh, you're doing YouTube," and I told him yes. Say, how many subscribers you have? I say I have around 2,000. That was a couple of months ago. And he said, how many months you do this? I said, like 9 months. I said, oh man, you are low. I mean, you must have some content that the people don't like. He said, no, I have an exclusive content because if I make a politics channel, I
Yeah.
would have 1 million people who love what I talk and 1 million people that will hate what I talk.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a feeling
Okay.
we're on the same page on that subject, by the way.
And then being a ham radio and do ham radio live streaming over the air, I have a
Mhm.
limited amount of people that are interested to it. So,
Mhm.
and that's why my channel is small, but I told him how I make the living. I sell rice and beans and
Yeah.
vegetable oil and stuff. I'm not on the YouTube for that business. I'm never going to make money on YouTube, but I will enjoy and I will meet people like you, and that will make me more happy. That's great. And imagine this. Let's suppose that I didn't do the YouTube. and I have the same accident, the same time, but nobody know me. I
Yeah.
never received all of these postcards that I
Yeah.
received here.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
believe it or not, those postcards make me a very happy man. I enjoy that every day from Bob, from you guys from Skyview. See, I have it here, very handy. Not joking with you. Here is the letter that you sent me from Skyview. You see,
Yep.
here we go. You see,
Good to
this
know that. Good to know that somebody cares about
exactly.
you. Yeah.
And then, like I told the guy, I may don't make any money, but I make a lot of good friends, and that's what matters. Uh, as soon as I start transmitting here, I see Andy Crowley from the UK, Todd, Justin, Judel, uh, our friend Tiago from Brazil, and a lot of people from around the United States. And man, that make me that pays off.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
a worldwide hobby.
Exactly. And you have friends everywhere.
Yes, you
You
do.
know, everywhere you have a friends. And if you're being on an emergency and you are in a foreign country and you look to the roof and
Look
you
for
see an
antennas.
antenna there,
That's what I do.
you knock on the door and you say who you are, and I bet you they're going to help you.
I don't see things like traffic lights, but I'm looking for antennas.
Exactly. You know,
So,
and somebody will help you.
yeah. Yeah. They'll invite you into the house. They'll have you over for dinner. It's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, tell Pietro when you talk to him that we are actually loved, to have him one day here, and even if he speak in Italian, that's okay. We can put a, um, you know, how you call it, closed caption on it,
Mhm.
and that way the people will see it and understand.
Yeah, Bruna feels that her English is not that great, but she's pretty good. And Robbie's even better. And so Piero and Bruna and Robbie and Danilo and Graciela, lovely
Okay,
people.
I see that November 3, Bravo for Sierra said, I need to get in contact with Bob. I just live just down the road in Indiana country.
What is it? Indiana County?
Indiana, yeah, Indiana County. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always around.
yeah. He's N3 Bravo Alpha Sugar. And Brian, if you can go to a Skyview, uh, you guys have a website, right?
Yeah. The website is okay. It doesn't get updated very much. We do the Facebook page much more
Yeah,
than
the Facebook page is very active. I see that. I'm following you guys on there. So go to Facebook and find the Skyview Society, and they have the address in there.
yeah. And we're up there every Tuesday. Feel free to come up.
Yep.
Tuesday from about 6 or 7 o'clock till we can't take it anymore.
Yeah, and what is
The other night,
the dinner time? What time is dinner time?
Tuesdays, not so much. Whenever we do a contest or whatever, we'll be up there
Okay.
cooking up a storm. Yeah.
No, I'm going to be there on the weekend when I go. So maybe the weekends you have, the barbecue
You come
special.
up. We'll cook. We'll fire up the grill.
That's great.
we know what we're doing.
Okay, awesome.
So I don't know if you know my nickname is Cookie. Did you know that?
What did they say?
My nickname is Cookie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that because I like to cook.
Wow.
And
Well,
so that we have a lot of people named Bob, so we needed something to differentiate the Bobs,
yes,
So
I remember when I did the presentation, there was a couple Bobs in there.
yeah,
And man, that was great. It was great to meet all of you guys. And I feel welcome and part of the Skyview group since the first
you
day
are. Yeah.
when I went there. And you guys are special people. The other Bob, the liaison, Bob is the liaison,
Yeah.
the media liaison.
Yeah.
And all of you that is a very nice club there. And if you are around in Pittsburgh area, go there and you will have uh, the sky and the star in your hand. So going in there,
We,
that's
we
awesome.
Yeah, our emphasis is to have fun, you know, because this is a hobby, and if you're not having fun, you're doing something very, very wrong. So uh, we do our share of public service work and so forth, and we're serious when we need to be, but our main gig is having fun. So
Okay, well, I see the Ham Radio 2.0 is there. Yes, for sure. Send me the link if there is a link to go there, and for sure, I'll be there. My pleasure. That's Jason from Ham Radio
yeah,
2.0.
mhm, yep,
And
I follow him.
Bob is the common factor name at the Skyview, Alex. Hi, hi. Yes, how many Bobs you have? Like 6 or 7?
Yeah, there's probably more than that. It's not as bad as it used to be, but you know, if you go in the room and go, "Hey, Bob," you get a whole bunch of people turning heads and going, "Huh?" So
All right. Well, thank you so much, Bob, and thank you to the guys on the chat, and appreciate the that you guys spend the time with Bob here. Um, you know, I usually live stream over the air, and that's okay. But when I have a story like your story and the Begali guy, man, that is amazing to know a story of friends. And
just the way it happened, it's just
because
amazing.
at the same time that you were telling the story, your imagination flies, and you start
Yeah,
seeing the pictures and see, well, what's next, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you imagine the thing. So that's awesome. Well, thank you guys. I'll say 73, Jason. If you can send me the link, if no, I'll try to get there. And 73 is to all of you guys. Have a good night. Say goodbye,
Right.
Mr.
Hope,
Bob.
hope everybody enjoyed the story. And Alex, thank you very much for having me on your show here. And I look forward to seeing you. I'm looking at flights down to Florida for Hamcation there, so
Wow.
uh, I'm hoping we're gonna make that
For sure,
happen.
we're gonna see each other here in Orlando. I got
Yeah,
the tickets already.
yeah, okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna do it. So I've never been to Hamcation, but I hear it's the bomb. So it's not Dayton, but it's
Yeah, it's great, and especially after a couple of it's been almost 2 years, that
yeah,
there's no
uh,
ham occasion or anything.
yeah, yeah.
All right.